All right. So I do believe I'm like, ooh, excellent. Bet you like two people will watch this. I need to do something real fast. Please don't start. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, I'm already live. I don't know why it's that picture. Oh, because I couldn't edit a picture. Wow. Oh, 0 views. I'm doing great. Okay. Well, I guess at least I can post this as a video. So I'll just begin. All right, so it's been a minute since I have done anything on this YouTube channel. I've had a terrible start to 2024. Broke 5 minutes in the mile. That was cool. And then I got hurt, and then I got hurt, and then I did wasn't hurt, and then I got hurt again. And now it's summertime, and it's been um a fun June. I actually was in Eugene, Oregon for a couple of days for Nike Nationals, and then New York City a couple of days, which for a couple of days, which ended up being hurt again because that was cool. So that's awesome. And that's all right. So I'll be right back. So if someone shows up, what's up? Okay. Oh man, 0 views. We're killing it today. All right. So today, a little bit different. It is an exciting time if you are a track fan in the United States. So, uh, it has been uh, the Olympic trials. Now the swim Olympic trials. Oh, there we go. Clumsy knees. The swim Olympic trials were in Indianapolis not too long ago, uh, and the track and field trials tend to be in Eugene pretty much every year. I mean, I get it, the stadium's super nice. However, it's super difficult for like just the average fan to get out there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, sometimes we bring trials to Indianapolis because why wouldn't you? It is honestly the best. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to watch the 1500-meter race. I'm gonna give you some commentary on that, kind of what I think, because honestly, the commentators for NBC suck. They're not good. Kara Goucher just says the same stuff, and it's so annoying. And she's literally just, ugh. But it's fine. So you got me. So their audio may slightly be in the background. I turned it down quite a bit, just because of like background noise. But let's go ahead and get into it. So obviously, Yard and Goose. Wow, I got that fast internet, but it doesn't want to be fast today. Let's try this again. All right. So Yard and Goose, clear favorite, right? He in theory should have won. He medaled last year. He was third at the Prefontaine Mile. With that, you also have Joe Waskman right there. He just graduated from University of Washington. Craig Ingalls, who is a fan favorite, I guess. People seem to like him, or at least they want us to think people like him. I don't really know. Hobbs Kessler, Cooper Tier, Cole Hawker are really like the only contenders, right? Anyone else who's in this final, I don't think that they really had a chance to make the team. It was really between like four or five people. So good start. And you can see like they're trying to get out, and you can see that Craig Ingles is like, boom, I'm going to get in. Cook from Oregon, the North Carolina kid, and then Henry Wynn from Brooks Beast Track Club. Good for them to still try and throw people in there. So with that, you can see Hobbs, his goal was definitely just to chill in second. Like that was 100% his race plan, and you can definitely tell that. So looking at this, we're 36 seconds in the race, so almost 300 meters into the race. And it kind of is playing out how you would think. So with something like this, Yar just wanted to take the lead. Hobbs wanted to sit in second. And I think Cole had made some mistakes in the past to where he's kind of hung in the back. And with the kick he has, it's been too late. He's been boxed in. He hasn't been in the right position. So a lot of strategy, especially when you get to like the top tier level, plays a big factor into this. And you see Cooper Tier there also in lane two, trying to get around with that. So they're out 40, 41 seconds. So right at 4 flat mile pace to begin with. So you see that little jostle there. Boom. So I assume he was trying to block Hobbs from going around him. Hobbs is notorious for not racing clean, but not racing dirty. He's just kind of sloppy. I don't know. And notice, you see Cole, he got twisted up there as well. Boom, right there. And then Cooper Tier running in lane two, kind of like an idiot. I mean, I couldn't run that fast, but I wouldn't run that race strategy. So once again, you see Hobbs in second. That was definitely his race plan. And the one thing I want to say here is Craig Ingles, watch him run. He looks like he's struggling. Now, I know in post race interviews, he said that he was feeling good. He thought today was going to be his day, but man, he just did not look good. And Cole just looks phenomenal. Yeah, Nagus is taking this very seriously. What a dumb thing to say. You think he's just joking around out there for a jog? What? Also, they keep talking about Hobbs' age. Yeah, he's 21. Cole's 23. Nagus is 25. That's not that big of a difference. Shut up. Once again, notice that Under Armour guy, hands on Hobbs. I don't think Hobbs ever said you're going to make me talk about you. Also, Strand from UNC, just too many hard efforts. Once again, look at Craig Angles. He looks like he's struggling. Once again, notice one, two, three, right? Hobbs staying in that second position. Colt keeping a little distance, but wanting to stay clean. Oh, hey, I got a view. What's up? Cooper Tier had a terrible race, so discount him. So here you can see that they've really strung out, right? The second half always faster than the first half, usually in a championship race. So you can see here, they really start to kind of spread out, even more so, because they're all getting ready to close in 52 seconds. Once again, not a great move. Not a great move. In this type of race, you're too far out. Everyone is not in contention. That's such a dumb statement. Idiotic. Now, you see Cole, right? He's ready, and 300 to go. Game on. He makes a hard move, but it's not too hard. It's gradual. And in a championship race, in any race really, you don't have too many hard moves. He had that one hard move, and he knew it. Now, Yard kind of shot himself in the foot by leading the entire time, but that's what he thought he had to do to be successful. Cool. Dude, 2 concurrent viewers. That's wild. And then Cole Hawker. So everyone's in contention. No, because if everyone was in contention, they literally would have finished way closer together. Hobscatzer got passed by dude sponsored by Under Armour. Imagine. Boom. Henry Wynn. Cooper Tier. Right. So basically, with that, it's not good. That backpack. Cole ran phenomenally. Uh, Cooper Tier, not great. Craig Ingles, not great. Wasn't necessarily the best race for them. Now, of course, they're gonna be happy. It is what it is. But I don't know. It it was a good race. Shout out to Cole Hawker. Shout out to Indianapolis. I also hate how they keep saying Oregon, like he went to Oregon for 1 year. Calm down. Calm down. So no surprise there. I would say those were the 3 that were supposed to make it. Now, let's go to a race where the people that made the team were not supposed to make the team. So, in this race, you got a thing moo. Jesus Christ, sorry, a thing. You also have Kate Grace, uh, Rogers. They were probably some of the most favorites to make it in. Notice through a band-aid, she absolutely head dove to get qualified. It's pretty sick. But that definitely impacted her race today. It's hard to mentally and physically to recover from something like that. Um, Especially in the 800, people don't estimate or underestimate rather how difficult it is to come back from an emotional round. The 800 is such a finite that emotions can make or break your race.
Said she was okay. She'd never hit her head. She's ready to go. 800-meter final for the women. Let's
So,
go.
Sage Herta also should have been in contention for this race as well. So this race started out really strong. Now, a couple things, right? Should have been a contender, should have been a contender, not great starts. Allie Wilson, shout Indianapolis. I believe she trains here now. So that's big, right? Look at that fall. Now, what I'll do is I want to slow that down a little bit, just to analyze it a little bit more. So if we're watching, give it a second, give it a second. Okay, right? So sometimes a bad thing, especially when you're trying to run fast, especially if you have a tall, long stride, you get tangled up. So we see here a thing tripped up. Now, she basically takes all the contenders, including herself, out. So look, Rogers has to jump over. Sage has to avoid her. Kate Grace jumps over as well, right? So a lot of different things are happening there with that. And once again, in the 800, it's such an all-out race that something that minute, you don't have enough time mentally to come back from it, right? It's draining and it's just very difficult for any athlete to do. Yeah, a thing mows on the ground. You don't have to yell about that. You can see how it really messed Sage up. Kate is back here. You can see that she looks like she's struggling. Rogers. Now, a thing is trying to connect again. However, it's so difficult because you're already moving so fast. Imagine running on 100 and trying to come back after you fall on your face, right? Probably not going to happen. So 57.79, they're going pretty fast. So that means that their last lap was a 60. So there's usually about a 3-second difference. So you can see a thing back here, Sage, Kate, Rogers, right? All four, in my opinion, probably should have been the favorites. Because of that fall, a thing which I feel so bad for her, right? She should probably would have won gold in Paris. But it completely changed the dynamics of the race. And we're seeing that unfold here. Now the LSU girl, I don't know her name. However, she did run really well all collegiately season, her first collegiate season. So you can see that break, right? A thing is there, but she's definitely slowing down. She expended so much energy even to get into contention with them. Sage, same thing. Kate, same thing. You can see that separation, right? So in the 800 especially, you really, really only have one hard move. After that one hard move, it's hard to go faster. You know, it's so anaerobic and aerobic at the same time. And this is a clear example of that. Whew. What good commentator. It's going to be too much for them to make up. Yeah, dude, we know. We can see that. So, yeah, Wilson coming through. Yeah, so the LSU girl tied up real bad, and I think that's from getting that. Uh, my goodness, my brain's not working now. That's from trying to take that lead with 400 to go. 157, so 60, 61, 62 was probably the last splits. What a tough race for a thing. I feel so bad for her. You work your whole life. She's had ups and downs. She had to go away from the sport and then to come back and to have that happen is probably not a great feeling. At least she's young, so she could probably still make another team. Now, some things. All three of those girls that qualified, ladies, women, uh, first time, right? That's a whole new team we're sending. That wasn't expected. Kind of exciting. Kate Grace, I don't know if she's going to be able to make it to another Olympics trials. Not in the 800 at least. She's 35, and you only get slower foot speed wise as you get older. So I don't know if she's necessarily going to be able to make it anymore. So we'll see. I think her breakout year was 2016. So, but overall, good race. And I think we're sending a really good 800-meter team to Paris. I think they're going to be fine. You know, you get 4 more weeks of fitness. It's going to be good. So I'm excited. My heart goes out to, I think, I wish she would have made it. That's a tough fall. All right. So next thing we're gonna do is we are going to go over the women's 5K. Now, the women's 5K literally panned out pretty much how a lot of people thought. So only like one person wasn't really in it yet, and it was kind of surprising actually. Just that Engers should have ran faster. Maybe just not her day. So gun goes off. This is obviously going to be a condensed video. I'm not going to go over all 14 minutes and 40 seconds of the race, but you can see the people in here. Ellie St. Pierre been lighting it up this year. She's so good. It's actually crazy. She's been dominating. She had a kid 15 months ago. I'll tell you what, if I had a kid 15 months ago, no thanks. Emily Infield, she has a world championship medal. She's been banged up, so she wasn't really uh primed to run fast. Kaylin Tui, right? She just graduated from NC State in the fall. I think she's been banged up as well. So this is, I think, her first professional race. Parker Valby been tearing up the collegiate scene. Like no one's been able to touch her. We see, we'll see how that plays out here. Crystal Schweitzer had surgery a couple years ago, finally back.
She's won
Um,
6
so
NCAA
she's
silver
doing
medals in
great
total
with that
in
as
her career.
well.
There's been a lot of question of how will she transition to pro, but I have to tell you, in that semi,
Josette
she looked
Andrews, once again,
two
she's also in this. She has the
seconds
Olympic
ahead of
qualifying
Crystal
standards,
Schweitzer. Kids
and then
didn't
Elise
do what
Cranny,
they need to do, and
who's
she
just
was
good,
easily
just like
fastest in this
Saint
event.
Pierre,
All right,
right?
this
Very good
race,
as well.
she
So
goes
it's kind of
full
crazy,
speed
right? How
alongside
good these ladies are. It's mind-boggling to me. Um, and then Parker Valby, obviously, um, is kind of outclassed here. And I think it's just because of her age, right? Elise, Ellie, and then Carissa are all like 5 years older than her. That's a big difference in terms of development, able to have faster foot speed. Give Parker a year or two to do a pro cycle. I think she'll be all right.
Ellie St. Pierre.
So
She'll step
Parker
ahead.
Valby,
Here comes
right to
Carissa
the front,
and Emily
always
Infield.
goes to the front. Emily Infield went to the front as well, which good for her.
All starting to position themselves and jostle very
So
early.
one thing I will note about Parker Valby, and I think it may be why she cross trains so much, is her gait. So the way she runs is a little choppy. Notice that her right foot doesn't go up as high as what her left foot does. So I think she has some imbalance there. I could be completely incorrect, of course. Remember that. However, um, I've watched a lot of track, coached a lot of track, and I really think that may be her weakness.
They don't want to get caught in the pack,
So you can
caught in the
definitely
traffic.
see it
Crystal
right there. Like it just
catching a
doesn't
silver
go as
medal
high.
for falling early. They want to
Elise,
find their own space.
Ellie,
Parker
just
Valley goes to
chilling.
the front.
Josette,
And
just
this is a
chilling back there
qualifier
as well.
that
Carissa
does not have the
as
silver
well.
standard in this event. She is
So they
only
really did all that they
52.6
could
just off the Olympic standard in
um,
this event,
to
and
do
I
no
wouldn't be
work.
surprised if
I
she
think
beats
they
her off the
knew
top. She is
Parker
used to running all on her own.
would
She's
go out
used to tempoing things and running very, very
as
fast. So
normally.
we might be seeing this from her.
However,
She's
I
got to
just
stay
don't
off the
think
position to get the job done
that
on the road.
Parker
We saw Josette
that she
Andrews
just
in
has
that
the
race.
maturity yet, right? She hasn't really been pushed
Carissa
as much as
Schweitzer,
what she is there. I think she got the
Emily
Olympic qualifier
Infield
in this race
in the
actually, which
Olympics
is
twice.
phenomenal.
Going back to that time that Kara
So
mentioned,
you can just
14
see
minutes, 52
Ellie,
seconds even.
Carissa,
I can't say enough
Elise.
how impressive.
So they broke. So fast forward to the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the race, and really those
But
four
Parker
broke
Valley
away,
is taking the, she is
right?
holding that pace. She is
Valby
holding the
ran the
tempo, and
pace
she should be able to win this
consistently
race right now.
for all of that time.
Just to mention that Ellie St.
So
Pierre in this year's
she literally did all the work up to 800 meters, which if you're St. Pierre, if you're Elise Cranny, if you're Carissa Schweitzer, and you know that you can kind of drop Parker, you're going to with 800 to go.
became a 3,000
Once
meter
again,
indoor
notice her
world
gait. It's
champion.
strange to
That
me.
took Ellie's
Carissa
pace to a
ready to
whole new
go,
level ahead
Cranny ready to
of
go, St. Pierre's
in
like
the
2 laps to
final
go.
800 meters.
Let's
Ellie St.
let's get after
Pierre,
it.
Elise Cranny, and Carissa Schweitzer, all familiar
And
names
it
at
was
the
like
front. They
a
can run some pretty
gradual
fast at the
move,
nation.
And this is a question
but
that
Ellie
Valley
kept
needs
her
to put
foot
her
on the
gaze
gas,
away from
right? So
falling
you can
backwards, because this is
see
a
that
different animal.
separation.
She needs to be able to
And you
swing
can see
and
part for
move and
some reason
change her
Valby
form
just
and
didn't
get that
have it.
anchor to stick on these
And
wheels.
I don't
Look at
know
these three women. When they
if
said
that
with 800
is
to go, you could see Emily
attested
immediately reacted.
to
This is
her cross training
Have their own story to tell, but they all
or
have one thing in common.
if she just doesn't have that foot speed yet.
Never been this high
So
in
there could be a couple variables there. I do know she cross trains a lot, but can I just tell you this? St. Pierre, mom strength or something, man. Honestly, she's just super good. It's also great to see Krissa back. I know she was down and out for a while because of her surgery. So being able to come back and have this type of race phenomenal. And honestly, Valby had a good race. She had a good 44,000 meters. Yeah. Bell lap, basically a six close in a 61. Also, I just don't know how speed suits are comfortable for men or women. It just, I don't know. Give me some shorts. Give me a singlet. Give me an Aero Swift. So you can see St. Pierre here, right? Cranny there. Now, they're both also like the top women for the 1500 as well. So that's kind of actually insane, the range that they have. Because I would love to see St. Pierre run a 10K. I think she would run a pretty sick 10K. Must be that farmer mentality. So absolutely ripping it. And at least like closes on her more than I thought she would. I really thought Pierre would put like 3, 4 meters on her. No, wire to wire. Got it. With a lean. I'll tell you what, that lean was tough. So, I also, one thing that I absolutely love is Cranny sunglasses up right away. Uh, St. Ellie, she is sponsored by Oakley and she kept him on even during the interview. So you gotta get that bag, right? Shout out to her for getting that bag. And then Carissa obviously made it as well. And then Park. Yeah. So Valby ran really well. Now she could still go to the Olympics in the 5K. She got the standard. And if St. Pierre makes it in the 15, she can pick to do both, to do one, and so that avenue could still be there for her. So it just really just kind of depends on what St. Pierre does with that. So overall, super good race. We've been very fortunate so far to have really, really good track races with that. So, uh, other than that, there are a couple other races that we could cover. One that I really liked was the men's 100-meter dash. Now, this was, let's see if I can find it. Okay. So, also, so a couple of things that I really want to kind of talk about real fast. Oh, and and that's going to be the difference between maybe the 100 meters and like the 800, 1600, 1500, 5K, 3K steeple, 10K. Notice Lyle's energy, right? You see this hype up, boom, 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 let's go, right? Jumpers can do this as well, but you don't notice distance runners doing something like this, right? Trying to get the crowd hyped up as much. And really one of the reasons is right, the 100 is a 10-second race. The 800, minute 42, minute 43 for men, 157 for women, right? You need to save that emotion because it's so draining for yourself. That's why distance runners tend to not be as hype, if you will, as what like Noah Lyles is. Now, Noah Lyles is a very different beast, right? It's hard to beat the guy. Um, but it is what it is. Yeah, so they say it looked like Budapest last year. Now, a couple of things. Fred Curley, what's up? Fred Curley's been through it. He's wearing an Oakley kit, no shades, which I was very surprised by. Also, shout out to this high schooler just competing with these grown men. Insane. I could never. I'd get beat by all the girls. It's fine. Now, Noah, something came out again. I think it was his. So they get like, so when you run, so when you run a Oregon at Hayward Field, they put a little like chip in your bib, which gives them like tracking throughout. So like it shows you your like miles per hour, how fast you're running, distance to go. Um, it, Not really that observable for the 100, but for like the 10K, 5K, 1500, it really gives you kind of like what's happening. Also, I'm sure his mom is very stressed out. I would also, if I was that good, be stressed out. Yeah, so he's probably putting that back in there, or his Exodia card, which is wild, which I absolutely predicted. I knew that's what he was going to bring in that briefcase. I knew it. So let's get to the start. All right, let's make sure everyone's set, and I'll pause it again. Coleman. All right. So looking at this, right, everyone looks good to be set. Up. Now, notice the one thing about Christian Coleman, and they say this on the announcements all the time, he has one of the best starts ever. And that's true. Like, look at the angle comparatively to everyone else. Now, notice who's similar. Now, I know your size and stature plays a factor, i.e., Fred Curley, he's a big guy. However, you're going to be more explosive if you're tighter in the blocks. I wish we could see the high schooler, but he's blocked by the official. Now, watch the start because once again, Coleman gets out and it's insane. However, man, he loses it. So, boom. So, you see that. So, actually, what we're going to do, I'm going to take it back. And what I'm going to do is we're going to slow it down. All right, let's go playback speed. I'll go half. It'd be a good view. So, boom. So, look at Coleman. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Coleman did get a good start, so you can see he's out. Probably in first at this point. Noah, not great. Fred Curley, he got beat by a start. No, the high schooler ran a 995 or 993. So like it's fast. However, um Fred Curley, what are you doing, bro? I mean, he made the team, so I can't say much. Oh, I'm yelling. I apologize. Let me bring it down. I get excited about this. So you can see, boom. So look at that lead Christian Coleman had, especially on, that's crazy. Like even Lyles is almost in last. Almost in last. It's crazy. So you can see it. And then we're about, so Coleman, you can see that he's kind of losing it here. Lyles starting to pull away. Curly, taking him a second. And at this point, with the camera angle, it's kind of hard to see, but you can definitely tell that Lyles is getting ready to pass him. So right there, that's crazy. Oh, great job, Kenny. Boom. He already knew he had it. Like the confidence. Sprints are crazy to me because like they just know that they have it. And also, that red singlet is tough. I feel it. No, I mean, I don't because I've never been that good at anything in my entire life. But yeah, also, but so like some people get annoyed by like what Noah is doing right now, but like it's exciting because it gets people interested. They have somebody that they know. Um, and with sprints, everyone knows what a 100-meter dash is, right? I couldn't imagine being Christian Coleman, knowing how good you are and off another Olympics team. Also, because he missed the trials last year, because he had a whereabouts failure. So when you're a professional athlete, you get drug tested randomly. And when you need to be, and they need to know where you're at, right? They don't want you doping. They don't want you doing all that bad stuff. So like you have to be accountable and you have to do a lot of things. You have to list like what type of medications you're on, where your doctor prescription came from, all of these things to ensure a fair sport. So he was out of the 2021 Olympics because they couldn't find him essentially. He had a failure. So they banned him for that short of time. And then Lyles, and that's not even 100's not even his best event. The 200 is his best event. It's crazy. That's a look of defeat. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. The look of defeat. Now, he ran faster than 99% of the US population, but you are a professional. You are paid for this. Fred Curley. I'll tell you this. I thought Fred Curley would make the team. He's had a rough, especially was it the New York City Grand Prix when he just pieced out. First off, bro showed up in like Puma spikes because he forgot his spikes. Like, Fred, you think we're that dumb? You didn't forget your spikes. He definitely just wanted to get out of his ASICS contract, which like I get because ASICS sprinting spikes not the greatest. So I don't know why he ASICS must have just offered him the most money, like when he went to sign, and he was like, "Sure, dollars talk." And so I'm assuming since he showed up to a meet with because yeah, he's wearing Puma, um, that voided something in his contract, and they were like, "We're done." Now he may have a no compete clause, meaning that he can't sign with another shoe brand for a certain amount of time. Now, notice he has an Oakley singlet on. Oakley, not a shoe brand, not an apparel brand, really, like eyeglass brand. So the legality behind that may be why. Okay, cool. Don't worry.
Coleman has missed in 7 years. But that's why we call them trials.
The commentators are just the worst sometimes. So, um, give me 1 second. I'm just checking. Yeah, like he's like 4 meters out, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I got this." Literally not even worried, which is so insane to me. But it is what it is. So, browse feed. Oh, anyways, all right. Let's see. Should we watch another race? I got 5 people. Is there 5 concurrent viewers? Is that what that means? Is there 5 people in here? I don't really know what that means. This is the first time I've streamed on YouTube. So shout out to anyone who's watching this, even if you watch it for a minute. I appreciate you. You make my life a little bit better. Um, so, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to look here. Okay. So, uh, is there anyone watching? I don't know if like if I'm having a chat. I can't check it. I'm an idiot. I'm so dumb. I don't think I can. Okay. All right. So if you're people are leaving now. Cool. If you're watching this, I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom terribly. And we will continue this. We'll watch some more races and I'll give my commentary on it. Thanks. Bowman Bricks is here. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
All
All
right.
right.
All right. So, hi, if anyone is still in the chat. I see some people. Let's see. What's your take on Tui and her professional future? Crispin, if you're still here, I would say, I, excuse me, goodness. I would say that she has a pretty good shot at doing well. I think she just needs time to develop, right? We often put a lot of pressure on college phenoms to come straight into the pro scene and just absolutely annihilate things. But like once you have a change of scenery and different stimuluses, um, it takes a lot to adapt to that. Does that make sense? So I think give her another Olympic cycle and she's gonna do phenomenal. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Bowman Brick, shout out to you. 100 is fun to watch, but you should like the 10K. You know that. So yeah, Crispin, that's what I think about Tui. I think it's just she's going to have to adapt, and I mean she's not bad, right? Also, I think her being injured really, really hurt her. Um, so hopefully she can just get a good training cycle under her belt. All right, so speaking of phenoms, um, let's let's watch the sorry, my dogs are being out of control. Let's watch the men's 400-meter final. Now, this was an interesting race. Also, this was an upset.
We are getting ready for the men's 400-meter final, and this is Michael Norman.
Oh yeah, of course. Um, it's just easier that way. Hey, there you go. Okay. All right. So now let's um talk about the men's 400. Now, the thing about the men's 400 is that Quincy Wilson obviously is going to be the talk of the town, right? If you have a 16-year-old running with grown men, it's going to be a big deal. And notice, he got a lot more press coverage or even coverage overall. I can't even think of the high schooler who ran the 100-meter and we just watched the race. Um, but he also didn't send a U20 or U18 record. So that's going to make a little bit of a difference. All right. So Michael Norman
The
should
woman
have won this
was
race.
in this building 2 years ago.
Not even, and
Lee has the ability to do things, Lee, that
he
nobody else
didn't.
in the race can do. He
He didn't do well in the Olympics like he should have as well.
16-year Wilson.
That's right, Leah
Yeah.
Mary. You have a
So
new
look at how
starting
young
watch. The 16-year-old
Quincy
sophomore
is.
has
Like, look
taken
at
the
how
world
young he
of
looks.
social media by storm.
I coached 16-year-olds,
And
and
Leah,
if I had a 16-year-old who ran as fast as that,
oh, on top
I'd
of
lose my
that,
mind.
he just got invited to the
I mean, I got a
Olympics. What
17-year-old
he's doing,
kid who runs a
yes,
14:47
doing
5K.
things this
I'm excited
year
about that.
has just been incredible to watch
But
him.
44 seconds in a 400 is quick.
2062 qualified to run
So I
in the
think that
Rio
they pan,
Olympics. So this young
um,
fellow from Bullis High School in the DC
yeah,
area is going to run against competitors like this guy who's
yeah,
twice
Vernon
his
Norwood
age at
is
32.
32, so he's my age.
After
He looks
being injured right
32
there for 16
comparatively
years, he will
to
look to
Quincy
return
Wilson, who's
back to
four or to
Olympic
six, who's 16.
2016 for Budapest.
So let's get this race going.
He will become the youngest American Olympic guy.
Now, one thing I do want to say with the 400, it falls in that realm of 800 as well, meaning that you're not going to have people go out there with like Noah Lyles energy. Uh, because you need to save that energy for the race. So that's super important. A lot of people, if you've never ran a 400, you don't know that, right? If you're just a fan spectating, it makes a little bit of a difference, right? Also, block starts don't make that big of a difference in the 400. They make enough for people to want to use them, but not enough to actually like have them.
Final of the men's 400. Michael Norman with the white headband on. He said it's a two-step process. Make the team and then we'll go from there. Michael Norman is the equal fourth fastest man.
So 400 is nice because you can really see how spread out they are from this angle point. And you can see Michael Norman right here where my cursor is really taken off, right? And the thing about Quincy Wilson, you got lane two, and lane two in a 400 is it's hard to gauge, meaning that because of the stagger starts, you already feel like you're behind. Lane four, lane five, preferred lanes for those. So notice, look, Michael Norman has already almost caught up to lanes 6 and 7 or 7 and 8, 8 and 9. And notice, like Quincy's here, he's really, really trying, he's digging. Norman got out too strong.
And on the inside, all in black is Bowling, Matthew Bowling, but out wide, Quincy Hall. Here he comes with Chris Bailey. They're starting to
And you can see, look, he is giving everything he has. Same here. Quincy Wilson closed well. I think if he would have maybe had a different lane draw, it may have been different. Now, top three, I don't know, but maybe top four.
It's Quincy Hall to the line. Hall wins.
44-1 is no joke. Now, a couple of things.
Maybe Verlaine
Um,
would, but Quincy
Hall should have made it.
is the
Um,
fastest chance.
in that Norman should have made it. And Chris Bailey, yeah. But I think Norwood should have made it. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be his last Olympic cycles. He's 32. It's once again, it's hard to uh
That's the
be
fastest
fast as you're old.
this year.
So
Quincy Hall.
couple things with Quincy Wilson. Also, Norwood would be on the 4x4 team because top four. So Quincy Wilson can also still make it. Oh, it's raining. My apologies. Could still make it on the Olympic team in the relay pool. So that's a pretty cool thing. I couldn't imagine being my age or ever making it to the Olympics. So for a 16-year-old to get that experience, I think it's going to be key. That's going to help him develop into the future. Now, probably will finish high school. It'd be really dumb of him to go pro. However, I don't think he'll go college. I think he'll skip college and he'll go pro with whatever shoe company wants to sign him. Now, hopefully, he's smart enough to get a deal like Drew Hunter or like Hobbs Kessler, where the shoe company will pay for your college, right? Um, that's the way to do it. Get a free education, but also get paid more than like an NIL. Although I'm pretty sure Quincy Wilson already has a sick NIL. So with that, let's see. Yeah. Did I miss any other finals? Oh, we could watch. We could go over the women's. Uh, the women's 100-meter dash final. And this will probably be the last thing that we're going to go over today.
Coming out now, the 22-year-old
Now,
from Georgetown, South
a
Carolina.
couple of things.
This is Melissa Jefferson.
Yeah, Melissa Jefferson is good too. Now,
Closer to
all three women who made it to Paris, uh, they all train together. So they know what they're doing. I think it was the expectation.
And that leaves just one. That'd be the reigning world champion.
So you then have Shakiri Richardson getting ready to come in. She's absolutely doing well. I'm just changing something real quick while this runs through. What other finals have we had? Is that it in terms of running? Oh, we got the men's 10K. We'll go over the men's 10K 10K as well.
Her story has many chapters, and it
I
just
s okay.
continues to get more and more interesting.
So
Yet, if she starts the
Shakiri, I like her. I mean, people would say she's problematic or whatever, but like she can run. And I think that is kind of like the important thing, right? If you're able to run and you can run fast, that's all I need. All right. So let's, I'm trying to do two things at once and it's not working. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's go back just a little bit and we'll watch the start here. So you see set. So a couple of things. Jenna Prandini, right? Really good runner out in lane one. I think she's better at the two than the one. She used to run for University of Oregon. Uh, but looking at the ladies' starts, they're all pretty good. And then what we'll do is we'll slow this down again to half. Oh, don't need ambient mode. So, if you were watching that first uh race. I think it was was it the the quarterfinals for the 100. Shakari has a terrible start. The fact that she was able to make it out speaks to how good she is. So if we watch this start here, okay, boom. So we can see good, 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 great. That's phenomenal. Like that's how you want to look when you come out of the blocks. Good. Shakiri looks pretty good too. Yep. Ah, that's a weak start. Also, I may have just paused it in like an awkward spot for her. Boom. But yeah, see, look how far back she is. So that was a really bad start. Shakiri had a really good start. She probably focused on that a lot. Probably visualized it, understood, watched the film, really took away kind of what she needed to improve upon. Now, she is not in first at all, right? That's clear to see there. Head down, she's still driving, and she's still probably in. Wow, I did not realize. Yeah, she's far back. She's third to last. Everyone else, Hobbs had a good start. So did Jenna. And you can see as she builds about 40 meters in, she's closing, and then about 50 meters. And at this point, I think Shakiri probably knows that she's winning. And so it shows if so let's let Shakira get through the line. She knew she won. Now, I think this shows a couple of things. You cannot have the greatest start and still be a good 100-meter runner. Now, are you going to be a good 60-meter dash runner for indoor? Absolutely not. 100, you can get away with it. Now, imagine how fast she could be if she really, really improved that. Same with Noah, right? That's why Noah Lyles ran a lot of 60s indoor because he wanted to work on that first half speed. He knows he can close, and he's probably, I mean, he is the best 200-meter runner in the world. So it's really identifying and trying to think about what you're good at and what you're not good at and working on those things. Yeah. So she absolutely knew. And it was cool because you could see the emotion on her face, like with how happy she is. Like, I don't, because she obviously couldn't compete in the last Olympics for other reasons. Also Jefferson getting in, like Melissa Jefferson's so excited. Like, it's so cool. Also TT Terry, like, it's so cool because they all train together. And like, when you work with a goal, with your teammates
athletes
and you
are
finally accomplish that goal,
they are all
it
going to
it's a
compete
good
in
feeling.
Paris at the Olympics, and they are all first-time Olympians.
All right. So the last race I'm gonna watch right now, I may come back on here around 4 o'clock. Is the men's 10,000 meter. Uh, can't spell.
Is
Now,
the final.
excuse me. Now this was also a very good race. So a couple of things with the men's 10K. It's hard to go that fast for that long. And also uh n- having the trial, not the trial standards, the Olympic standard, super important. So luckily, a lot of these men, or all of them had theirs. Now, one thing I need to point out, Eugene, Oregon, what a sick track. Like I said, I was there a couple of weeks ago, for Nike Outdoor Nationals as a coach, and it's a surreal experience. Now, I do hate it's so hard to get to Eugene from pretty much anywhere unless you live on the West Coast, but I get it. It wasn't 95 degrees there this last week like it was in Indianapolis. All right. So
In
going
the
into this,
10,000
I
meters,
think
two of
Grant,
the favorites.
right, fifth at the Tokyo Olympics, he was definitely the favorite.
American record holder for the
Now if
10,000
he
was
wouldn't have made it,
in 2022 was injured,
I would have been concerned.
but is showing
I would
great
have really been concerned if he wouldn't have made it.
And he will
What I
be
like
up
about
against his old training
Fisher
partner,
is that he is
Woody
coached
Guthrie.
by his high school coach. That's so cool. That's the dream, right? To like really see a kid develop and then they're still developing. What a goal. What a goal. Um, Drew Hunter, shout out to him. You'll see, man. He fought. Must be that dad strength. I'll tell you what.
Ready to go for the final of the men's 10,000. Here we go.
So,
Now,
start out double waterfall.
Olympic
You can
standards,
see Connor
being in the top
Mance.
three.
He's already going to the
Has
Olympics,
that Olympic
in the
record
marathon.
in
He
27
probably ran this, A, because he could.
Grant
Also,
Fisher
there's a
in
prize
silver,
purse, but
Nico
also it's a good
and
workout,
is having
right?
a multiple
If Nike's going to put you up,
he
if your
won
sponsor's going
two
to
indoor titles
pay for you to
in
go,
relay for Northern
you're going to
Indiana
go,
team in second place right
right?
now.
It's a hard effort,
This is sort of to be
um,
expected. We see
which
Connor Mantz
is
run
exactly
a
what
marathon
he did.
even.
Now, Connor is a front runner.
He
He
leads
always
the
has
field. He
been.
just won the gold in
So that worked out really well for him.
He just
And it
ran
really
a
helped
9:30
pull everyone else to
time.
like a faster time.
Other men in the field, you see
Uh,
Connor Mantz will go to the front and push this in a
yeah.
tough
So you see Connor there
competition.
pushing the pace.
moments that
Now,
Connor Mantz
Nico,
and his training
you
partners
never
together,
know
and then Leonard
what
Wood
Nico Young you're going to get. Nico Young is either really good
he had that
or
the
fine.
show
Never
Connor
bad though.
Mantz
So that's a
and in
plus.
particular Clayton Young put on in Orlando
But
this year in
with
2019.
Nico,
Was spectacular.
I'm sure there was a lot of heavy
In the
pressure
conversation.
for him to make this team, right? Uh, you got to think all the way back to his high school days, his NAU days, these fast times he's ran. Um, Now pro with Adidas, which isn't surprising since I think he had an NIL with them, or I know NAU is sponsored by them.
Again, Drew Hunter was a miler, so seeing
Also,
him
I forget his name right now. Great job. He tried to hold on as long as he could.
incredible. But Grant Fisher now, he
Yeah,
knows he's
Grant
got
Fisher's
this,
too good.
or Kincaid can outkick him.
I hope he can get a
Nico
medal
Young
um
still
at
winning
the
this
Olympics, but I
race.
just don't know.
He's in the lead,
Oh,
folks.
you have to run fast.
There's still two to go.
So my biggest surprise
Lucas
was Drew Hunter
for the French.
still being in the mix. Uh, he moved up from the 15 to
I'll show you what I've
the
got.
10K. What a big move.
First two circuits of Hayward Field.
So they got 800 meters to go.
Grant Fisher
Nico
leading
looks
him.
like he's taxed.
Every
Once
man
again,
leading him.
the thing you got to
In
remember,
the
the
10,000 meters,
collegiates
Hunter
have been
Mantz,
racing
he is
since
further
August,
ahead of him
September.
than no
The
matter what
pros
he
are on a
does in this
completely
final.
different
There will
schedule,
not be enough
and
distance
that
And
is
we're
a big
moving
factor,
to the
right?
far
You
end
may have more miles on your legs, you have more races on your legs,
Paris.
and you're just maybe a little overall mentally fatigued.
So it's down to
and Grant Fisher just opened it up. Now, Woody Kincaid is fine. He's had his ups and downs as well. I'm glad to see him make it though. I feel my heart goes out for Drew Hunter. I really, really wish he would have made it. Look, see, just going. Dude, he put almost 50 meters on them in 400 meters. That's crazy. He's so good. But is he world medal, Olympic medal contention good? We'll find out. I can't wait for the Olympics. So the fact that Drew Hunter was still in this. Now, I think if Drew had, I don't know what his training is like. So the thing is I don't know what his training's like. Um, but he has 1500 meter speed. He has mile speed. So I think he may permanently switch to like the 10K because he showed he can race with the best. He just needs to build more of his aerobic base up. So when it does come down to a kick, like it is now, he's not as gassed. Because you could see it, like his lips are white, like he was out there giving it his all. Like Hunter is trying. Yeah, Grant Fisher's too good. His coach change was the best move. Getting out of Bowerman Track Club for him has worked tremendously. And at this point, I thought Drew Hunter was going to get Nico Young, but Nico was good. He's a prodigy. I mean, so was Drew Hunter. Right? Drew Hunter went pro right out of high school. He hasn't had success as a distance runner coming right out of high school and not having that Olympic success has to mentally be draining on you. That's why with Hobbs Kessler, the fact that he made it finally to like a world stage, I feel really good for him because I mean, as a 21-year-old who hasn't had that championship experience, it's a big deal. And like all the pressures put on you, um, the running scene can be very toxic for these athletes. And I think uh, some of these kids are doing well now. Yeah. So overall, it was a really good race. I was really excited. So, oh man, I got 8 viewers in here. Shout out to all 8 of you. Appreciate you. So, with that, let's look real quick at what is coming up. Get out of here. Let's run. So, let's look at the schedule. So, obviously, say Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday breaks, right? It, it's a lot. Also, they kind of go with like an Olympic schedule, so it helps them out in that regard as well. So tomorrow we have the first round of the men's 800. I'm really excited about that because the only like shoe in I think is gonna be Bryce Hoppel. Bryce Hoppel's really good. I hope Clayton Murphy can pull together. Uh, disc final, women's 3K final, and men's 5K round one, men's 200. So like tomorrow's a busy day, but it's like women's 1500 first round. It's just like a lot of prelims and then the 3K steeple final. Friday, let's see. Friday is it's going to be the semifinals. So 15, 8, 200, shot put, 200, men's 110-meter hurdles. That should be a good race. I mean, for second and third, because Grant Holloway is obviously going to win, right? The 20 kilometer race walk. If you've never watched race walking, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's pretty entertaining. Okay, so is this Saturday? So Saturday should be a good day. You got the disc throw finals for the men, long jump final for the women's, 200 women meters. That's gonna be good. Shot put, women's 10K, and then the 200 for the men. That's gonna be a good race. And then the last day is gonna be nothing but finals. Sunday's gonna be a jam-packed day. With the men's 5K, oh man, see, I don't, it just depends. Like I want to give predictions, but like you can't predict anything um until we get there. So let's look at uh so I want to look at the 800 the men's 800 heat sheet, which I should be able to find that here. So that was tomorrow. Okay. Entry's not available. That why? Why are you doing this, USATF? Cool. Hmm. I know I can find the start list. Give me 1 second. That's swimming. That's not what I want. Maybe it, do you think Let's Run has it? God, I hate Let's Run, but let's see. Let me see if I go here, what this looks like. Yeah, live results. That's where I just was. They don't have them for any of them. That's crazy. They don't even have the women's steeple final. All right, well, I'm trying to figure out who all is running the 800 sheet 2024. Let's see. I don't need results. I just want the start list. Is this a preview? The preview might be all right. See if I can go. We'll go down to the men's. Bum bum bum. Okay, so men's 800. All right, so they don't have a exact start list, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why they would do that. That's so stupid. That's so frustrating. I'm so upset. I'm so mad about that. Okay, so as we talked before, Bryce Hoppel, Bryce, he had a rough 2, 3 years ago, but man, he has been just on fire as of lately. Right here it says he won the last USATF championships, so that would have been 2022 and 2023. Uh, PR of 143.23. And I think he should win. He should be the shoe-in for the win. Now, a couple of things. Uh, Shane Cohen of Virginia, very good from the NCAA. Texas A&M, Sam Whitmarsh. Now, notice they have two of the collegiates in there. Uh, I don't know. The 800's weird. Back in 2016, when Clayton got third place at the Olympics, no one was expecting that. 2021 was kind of a letdown. And since then, it's been like, man, who's going to make it? So you have Isaiah Jewett, Brandon Miller, Isaiah Harris. Isaiah's been running for a while. He's getting up there in age. Um, and it looks like Hobbs is entered. Now, I don't think Kessler's going to run, but what do I know? What do I know? He said. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to update. How did I do that? How did I do that? Oh, here we go. All right. Give me 1 second here. Details. what day is this technically? Would this be like day 5, day 6, day 7? All right. Okay. So with what was I doing? So with the 800, I really think if I had to make a guess here, I think it's gonna be Bryce. I think Clayton Murphy pulls it off. He's a competitor, and I think he can do it. I hope. I know he's had a lot of ups and downs with injuries, and I'm from Ohio. He's from Ohio. I think he's technically like 40 minutes south. His hometown is 40 minutes south of my hometown. He's friends with one of my good friends. So I'm really pulling through. I would love to see Isaiah Harris make it. Man, he's been so close so many times. Um, with that. Talking about the 200, is Noah Lyles gonna win? I think so. I think Noah winning is probably a safe bet, right? It has to be. Um, and then Aaron. So he had a lot of controversy lately. Like I think he missed a test. Controversy. I don't want to speak illy. Ah, so he tested positive for trenbolone, a banned substance used for muscle growth, in March. So they're saying that he digested the substance by consuming contaminated meat. So that's like the the Shelby Houlihan situation with the burrito. Although this one probably seems fine because they cleared him to go. Um, Still a little sketchy. A little bit. I'd rather be clean than not. Go away. What is this? Kenny Bernard again. Yeah. Fred Curley. I think Christian Coleman could make it because he's gonna be very upset about um what uh happened in the 100. So aside from Noah, it's not a lock. It really is. Who knows? I think if I had to be a bed man, I'd say Noah Lyles, Aaron Knighton, and then Coleman. I think Coleman makes it. I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it. That'd be sick. And then the 5K, 5K is gonna be insane. It's the 5K field is so stacked. Like, oh my gosh, you have Fishers, Abdi, Chalimo, Parker Wolf, who won NCAAs, Nico Young, Cooper Tier's probably so upset by that 1500. You got Cole Hawker back in there. I don't know if Yard's gonna run it. McGordy's in there, and then Morgan Beatlescombe, he's pretty good as well. So that's gonna be a good race as well. And then we can talk about the women's 3K steeple. Actually, let's go YouTube. Oh man, there's the ops. Sidious Mag. What's up, Sidious? Hey, you know what? I only have. Oh man, I lost my camera. I got I got so excited I lost my camera. You know what? I only have not that many, but yeah, like 30 some. That's pretty good. I'm not mad because they're an empire and I'm just a guy in a bedroom, office that's recording. So shout out to me. Shout out to three of you now. Dang, that's all right. What do you think Sidious Mag's talking about? Let's listen in.
when you're healthy. It's a very hard event to be good at,
Oh, it's Anna
and
Hall.
coming back from my foot surgery, I really that was like the last thing to come, so we kind of
Ah,
expected that with my knee.
yeah.
and it's
So I
just a
won't stay in here too long
terrifying
because I don't want to
mental
take.
in practice
Uh,
sometimes. And
they only started streaming
yeah, it's
4 minutes
super
ago.
emotional when that
That
one's
makes sense.
not going well. And
Here, I got all
my coaches kind of
excited.
use that. They're like, high jump is a barometer for your overall confidence.
Oh,
Because when I'm not doing well
oh,
there, I just don't
oh!
feel
They
like
got that
myself.
transition.
Because
See, they got that
I
production
started out track
team.
as a high
I
jumper,
could
so I was
do
like, I
that,
am a high
but I
jumper.
don't know how.
And when I started to have some jumps where I felt like
Hey,
myself
I'm
within
happy with
competition
like 4
finally,
views.
and I was starting to be able
Um,
to press that button and like be clutch,
all
I
right,
was
give me
just
one
like,
second
I'm back.
here.
And I knew once I got through high jump, if I had got through hurdles and high jump with season's best, I was like, it's over. But I was really stressed about getting through those two.
I feel like every single time we've seen you at a meet, whether that was like at Florida Relays or New York City Grand Prix, every single time like reporters or people would talk to you, it'd be just sort of just like
Okay,
asking about sort of like the knee injury and just like the knee surgery, and it was like
what
she's working through it. I think it was
why are
just
they
kind of like
showing?
Yeah.
constantly like
Like you have Chris, like interviewing. I don't know. Ah, okay. Go back. Go for it. Okay,
Painful, even when you're
so
healthy. It's a very hard
let's
event to
watch
be
the
good at.
women's
And
3K
coming
steeple.
back from my foot surgery,
Oh, oh, it was prelims. It wasn't finals. Come on, Nick. Let's see if we can find this. Shout out to Gaming Taminizian official, man. Are these both of them?
and in the 1500.
I
So
think bro
it's
put
really rewarding to
both of
see
them in
their
here.
hard work, and hopefully it can all pay off.
All right, so let's turn our
Yo, shout out to
attention
all
to this
7 of you
first
in
heat.
here.
Kara, who are we going to look at here? Who should we
All right,
keep an eye on?
I'm going to change the
Well, I think
title
we
of
need
this
to
real
keep our
quick,
eye on Val Constance. She was
just
on that
because I want
Olympic
to
team
make
in 2021
sure
with Emma
that
Coburn, and she's a former buff, as so is Emma. They train together, and they know each other well.
3K
She ran so well at the Olympic
women's
trials 3 years ago, kind of
versus
shocking everyone to
3K
make that team. She
steeple
had an ACL tear and had
review.
surgery, but she's really worked her way back
Okay,
and looks
I
like
think
she's
I
going to be
spelled
very,
that
very
right.
tough to beat.
I
Also
should put some
look for
tags in
number
this, right?
9.
Should I put some
Hit
tags?
number 9, and that is the 25-year-old out of Utah. That's Courtney Wayman.
Courtney Wayman's made the last 2 World Championship teams. She has a lot of experience. You know, she was 4th at the Olympic trials 3 years ago. She would love nothing more than to make this Olympic team.
Top 5 in each heat of the women's steeplechase, plus the next 4 fastest times we will
Yeah,
see
good
in the
enough.
final
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Thursday.
we'll do it live.
A little bit of relief
Shout out
too,
to Bill
Emma.
O'Reilly.
It's
Okay,
of the nights that we've been competing,
so
this is the coolest so
the
far.
3K
So
steeple
temperatures are down,
is
it's good.
also, hold
Yeah,
on,
it's
sorry
always
if
funny whenever it's warm. People
their
always say to the
audio.
steeplechasers,
I'm still
"Oh,
trying to
the
figure
grounds
out
get wet, so you must be happy
the
you're
audio
sloshing
of the
around."
YouTube
But
video
it
and
truly
the audio of
doesn't
me.
solve the
I don't want
problem.
it to
But a
be
night like
like
this does seem like great weather
gross.
for a
Um,
prelim. It might be a little warm
so
for
if it
the final,
is,
but it's good weather for
my
this
bad.
race.
All right, here we go. Get ready.
Let the gun start.
Setting
Okay,
for one,
so
heat 1,
3K
semi-final
steeple.
of the women's
What an amazing
1500
event. Worst event I've ever ran in my entire life. On my coach made me do it once. I said never again. Never again. Now,
I do.
the
I
3K
definitely
steeple,
feel it, especially
US
whenever we're
wise,
racing when the sun's out. That sun is
is
so strong.
really
So the stage
experiencing a
will definitely
changing of the
provide some
guards.
shade, which is a little
And
bit
it
relieving.
was that way last year, with Christy
Looks like they're
Gear
pretty out right
winning
now. Everyone's sort of feeling each other
USA's.
out. When you go
Now,
to run the
that was a
semifinals, what do you
phenomenal
do for the
race. Now,
semifinals?
she hasn't
What's your
touched
goal
that
right now?
time
Is it to be
since,
as easy
so
as
it kind of
possible? I mean,
stinks.
you were known for
I feel bad
winning
for her.
your
She almost didn't. Oh, spoiler alert.
Guards are always something
Is
to
that this
practice,
race? No, that's in
and
the
the
next
event
heat.
is a
She almost
great
didn't make.
opportunity to
She
show
almost
off
didn't
your
make the
curves. You've
final.
been tapering a long
So
time,
that first
so
barrier for those
often
girls
in my
was pretty
races I
good.
like to
The Notre Dame girl, I
start
think,
the
just got
fossil, run really fast,
third
but then
at
for the last
NCAA's.
kilometer or two laps kind of
Um,
open it up.
so
So
that
that's
was
just normal
good.
practice of
I
going
don't think we
full
need to
race
watch
pace
all of
in the
this.
final, but this is the
So
part
a
of the
couple of
race
things.
where
Emma
you're really
Coburn,
trying to
who is
stabilize.
commentating right
You're
now
trying
on
to
this,
get through those first
um,
2 kilometers without
she
thinking too much.
had surgery, so she's been knocked out. I think she like broke her ankle. Like she came down wrong and just like, oh my god. So steeple's super dangerous. You have to be an athlete, fit, explosive. Pretty much have to have everything.
One hard thing when you're running in a pack like this, you'll notice the water jumps are
Boom,
sometimes
boom, boom.
not as
So
beautiful as
when
we
you're running the
notice in a fast
steeple,
race because you're coming
you
in
want to
slow
like
and
you have
you
to be
don't
able to
have that first
predict
speed
barrier in the
off
water
the
jump
land a
if you're
little
running in a
quicker.
pack.
You don't have
It
much
can get
momentum.
dangerous.
Start paying
You can
attention to
get
those
tripped
water
up.
jumps. The
You can
foam will definitely
fall. You're
start
gonna have
jumping as
bad
we
jump.
accelerate.
So really, you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Also, a lot of these girls and men for that uh as well, which I guess we could have watched that final, huh? Like notice how a lot of them drift out, boom, to get a clean steeple, and then they drift back in. Now, you're wasting a lot of energy drifting out, drifting back in. So in theory, you would want to like even stay in a pack and just be able to predict that jump. Who fell? Oh yeah. Oh, ow. Oh my god. Hold on, we gotta watch that again. Did she miss the barrier completely? Oh, she just hopped. Oh, oh my god. I got it one more time. Sorry, I can't. Oh. So you gotta be an athlete, and you have to come down correctly. Because man, did that look like that hurt.
That's when running
Holy
a
cow.
tactical slow race where you're maybe second or third in line and you don't have a clear visual of the barrier is really challenging. And that's when
Yeah,
fails like this happen, and that's what makes the steeplechase so intriguing and interesting, I think, is that at any
that's
point in
so
the race, you
crazy.
have to still be
My
focused
gosh.
and hurdle.
That's hard to come
Gear
back
paired
from.
back up nicely, and we see
Like we
Chrissy
talked
Gear with
earlier
the lead,
about
but now they've reduced
uh
the pacer and
falling
lost
in
the
an
lead in the
800.
race. We see
The
that
one
Chrissy
nice
falling
thing
right behind
about
her,
the
and
3K
Maddie
is
Bordeaux
like you're
coming
not
down that
using that
lane.
anaerobic
At this
system
point in the
yet.
race, if you were in the
So
prelim, you like
if you
to
fall,
just get some clean
you
laps,
have
you'd be doing Courtney
a
Wayman's
lot
replacement.
more
That's
capability
exactly what
to
Courtney's
come
doing.
back.
I probably would have waited a few more laps, but it does
All right,
feel good to one
let's
hit
move back
right,
here. Let's move up a little bit.
the outside of lane one. That's great.
So,
You're not losing
oh
too
yeah,
much,
the
but
first
I do
prelim
think that's
really
the time
broke
that
off
young
this pack
steeplers
of
really have
four.
to try and break
So
things
with the
right before into
prelims,
lane
it
three and hurdle
was
because you do lose
top
leaders like that
five,
when you do
got the
that.
big Q, and then four time qualifiers.
Didn't make it to the final at the last trials. And by the way, she's just turned pro after the recent NCAAs. So there's a lot going on in her athletic career at the moment, and it could get even better if she stays where she is, which she certainly
Sorry.
looks like doing
Um,
as they are working their
yeah,
way towards the bell lap, final lap coming
good.
up.
At this point, if I were Courtney looking up and
Yeah,
seeing
so
this
they
lead
just like kind of jog it
Down the
in,
stretch, Kaylee Mitchell's
which
just
I mean, I would
50
too.
meters after the last hurdle is a real challenge.
But yeah,
I give both the
so she
swimmers
did
a lot
come
of credit
back
for this.
and
and
she got that
confirmation that
qualifier.
Angelina Ellis made it.
Yeah, so these
The
four
woman who
just
fell on
chilling.
back.
The race as relaxed
All right, then
go, but
Heat
I'm sure she's
2.
going to thrive. The NCAA does build that
Now,
pressure up
Heat 2 probably had maybe
practice.
some of the
Growth
better
singles points
contenders.
in the second semi. Top five go straight through. Next four fastest times, and we'll tell you about those times in a moment. All right, who's going to make the Olympic trials final? It's about
So,
to be determined.
It'll be
Christy
interesting to
Gear
see how this race
is
goes
in
as
this.
they run through the first
Oh my goodness.
half of the race as
I
relaxed
can't
as
remember her name right
the
now.
first heat, and it
Show me
appears
it.
that
The girl in the on
Chrissy
kit.
has that
She
speed
ran at
that
Notre
we're
Dame.
talking about.
I
She's
think she
on shore.
just won
She's swimming
NCAA's.
nice and
I sound
tactical, and she
super
is running
dumb right
really
now.
fast last couple laps, and she'll be right there.
Uh, yeah, Olivia, very good.
Right, she's a great
Ali
finisher. She's
Ostrander.
been working
Oh
on
my
her
gosh, shout out to
4K
Ali.
personal best in the 1500 this year.
Also
She
a
finds herself
YouTuber,
in the
but
lead
also a
with Maddie
professional
Bordeaux
runner.
running alongside
Um,
Markovitz, and then we see
Great
Ali
story.
Ostrander on the outside of her.
If you don't follow her, which it would
And
be
they
weird if you
are
didn't, but you're
trying
watching
to
this.
make this round go as
Um,
easily as possible.
Eating
Again, this is a
disorder,
tactic that I
came
like.
back
The
from
only
it.
risk is if you're in the middle of
I
that,
don't think she ever
you don't
thought
get as clean of
she'd be
hurdles, you
competing
can
at this
fall.
level
So
again,
that's
and
the
she
risk
did.
that you have to take to
Now, I
be
did
as relaxed.
notice,
But I think
now she
now
was
she's in
signed
a
by
great
normal.
position being on the shoulder. We'll see
Doesn't have
how
normal anywhere,
long
so I
this
wonder
kind of
if she's
pedestrian
shopping
pace
around
There
now.
are some really
Which, I mean, if
interested
you're good enough,
spectators who are just
also with her
running
social
happy
media
birthday to
presence,
Logan, Jolie, Carmen
she should be able
Groves,
to
and
make
Sophie Novak.
some
They
decent
have
money.
four
So you
of the
see
time bubble at
Gear
the moment.
here,
We'll come
she
back
took
to
it
the
out,
steeplechase second
but
semi in a
like
moment. For now,
she fell back
Sophie Halliday staying in
quick.
touch as well. She was at
So
top
you can
tenner
see
last year.
Jennings
She's been
there,
running
very
through
good. I think she trains
championships
with Emma
in this.
Colburn.
She's a multi-time state
Allie
cross-country
staying in
champion
it.
as well. So she's hanging in there with
And let's
day of the
see.
final, your legs are a little used
So
to
there's
maybe
Gear. She fell
crunching
back
your
there
hurdles.
again.
The rate that you're
One,
reaching
two,
there
three,
can
four,
change
five,
so
six, seven.
much
She's
either
an
going
eighth.
pedestrian or going a solid race pace. So
Allie
Galley
was
is used to
falling
that when
off
she's looking to
that
swim.
front
And
pack as
notice that
well.
you're needing
Shout out to
to
Adam State,
see
Division
what they're
2.
moving away from her. This heat is slower than the first heat, and Chrissy Gear realizes she needs
What do they have? 2 laps left? Yeah, definitely 2 laps left. And then you can see, so like even more separation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Allie's in 6, Christie's in 7th.
Is off the back of that. She's trying to catch that group, but nobody, I don't think, is going to catch Gabby Jennings. She's going to make sure of this. They're coming to the bell lap.
Yeah. So the bell lap for this, so this race started out slower than the first prelim, but like they wound it up and started to cook. Yeah. 8:15. So let's see what she closes in. She had a good hurt look. She looked over her shoulder. She wanted to make sure. Allie moved into 5th. Good. Now, I was surprised that Gear was so far behind. I really thought she would run better. So I had her picked as being the favorite, but man, I don't know. After seeing her in the prelim, I don't think so. Yeah, look at Jennings. Jennings looks like she's ready to win. Good jump. Good hurdle. Good hurdle. Good hurdle. Allie, let's see what she did. Decent hurdle. Chrissy Gear. That was a really good hurdle. You can tell she's ran 912 before. I just don't know if she's in 912 shape right now. So 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, about a 68. She closed in. Not bad. She probably definitely has more speed, I would say. Yeah. That was a good race. So the women's 3K steeple is going to be a very interesting race. I don't know necessarily who is going to win it, but it's going to be good. I do think Jennings um probably has the best chance overall. So, all right. Well, with that, how long have I been online? How long have I been doing this? I think I've been online hour and a half. Shout out to me. That's crazy. Okay. If you're one of the 6 people watching this and you want to watch the men's 3K final, um, I'm gonna go over that. I'm gonna talk about that. What else? Hold on, let me see. What other finals did I miss? I I would do field events, but I know enough to coach them, but I don't know enough to really commentate on them. Let's see. Okay. 100 meter we did, women's we did, 400 meter women. I could do that. 300 meters for the men. Did that. Did that. Did that. Did that. Okay. So really the only finals we have are the women's 400 meters and the men's 300 meters steeplechase. Okay. So I am going to go to the restroom. So if you're here and you want to stay here, stay here. If not, peace out. I'll be back. Let's see if there's anybody still here. Hey, we still got a couple people here. All right. So, what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, we're going to watch the men's 3K steeple.
Kenneth Rooks, he won the national
Yeah.
championship
So
last year after
with
falling.
um
Will be one of the key
the
contenders this
3K
time.
steeple,
Matthew
it's
Wilkinson,
also kind of a
first time
changing of the
flying home
guards.
out of
Now,
Minnesota. Watch for him
Evan
next.
Yeager is back
As
in
Evan was appropriately
this
the
race,
last to take his spot on the line in
which
the
was good.
men's 3,000 meter steeplechase.
He
He's
was
underway.
injured. He had surgery.
This is the deepest the men's
He
team has
hasn't
been
had
in a long time.
any good
One or
steeples
two athletes that
this
were
year.
way ahead of everyone else, but
So the
now
fact
there are five
that
or six men that
he
legitimately
had a
have a
decent
chance to make
steeple
this team. It's going to be a
was
great
good.
final.
Now,
Only two runners
you're going to see
that
here,
have met
and I
the
think they'll
Olympic
show,
standard. If you're interested in what that
um,
is, it's 8 minutes
being able to
40
fall
seconds even.
and come
So
back
we
in the
could first talk
steeplechase.
about the
Because
top three
Bohr
spots.
fell,
Yes, that's
and
true
it did not look
to a
good.
point, but you have to have made the Olympic standard.
So a lot of
We'll
college
wait till the
boys
end
in
of the
this
month
one.
and World Athletics
Hop
get
over.
your world rankings to come out. It could be a little
There's
bit of a waiting
Jaeger
game if the top
in the white
three or
headband,
somebody
long
in the top
hair.
three
Shout
like
to him.
Hillary Bohr or Anthony Rotich have not made that Olympic standard. Hey, we've got a little bit of a treat for you now because for the first time we've got a water jump correspondent. And it's none
Oh
other
my gosh,
than
I forgot
Snoop
about this.
Dogg. Snoop, have you ever watched the water jump close up?
Hey man, this is the first time for everything. I'm gonna enjoy my seats, man.
All right, watch what these
I'll let
amazing
Snoop Dogg
athletes do and
commentate.
give us your perspective. Tell us what you're about to see.
What we're about to see right now, they're about to get to dipping, ripping, riding, slipping, and hopefully not sliding, jumping over this hurdle in the water. Oh, get up out of there. Oh, they coming behind them. 7 8 deep like horses. I love it.
Dude,
Do
shout out to
it,
Snoop
do
Dogg.
it. Let's go.
Well, don't move.
That's
Stay
crazy.
there. We'll come back to you on the next lap.
So you can see Bohr was out in front.
Moves to the front.
And look who's joined him, Tim.
Boom.
It's Wilkinson, who really
Also,
in that semifinal heat, he
I
really was
believe
receiving his
that guy right there, he got third. Who was that?
he believes he can be on this team. And a lot of people are keen
Oh,
on
Matt Wilkinson. Yeah, he's a Division three runner,
in the last
and he got second. Like that's really good. It just shows how like good Division three really is getting.
I've had years of doing 100-mile weeks.
Are they not going to show?
Really only maybe the last 6 months, the last year.
They're not going to show the fall.
Here goes the bell.
Oh, okay. Well,
move to the front and try to push this pace a little bit.
Back to Snoop.
Oh yeah, it's getting real crazy right now because they're all bunched in and they run as
back
slow
to
as they
Snoop
can.
is crazy.
Top of the hurdle. You can do that? That was a cool trick right there. I like it.
Yes, you can just jump over the hurdle or touch the hurdle.
Absolutely, Snoop. That's what you want to do. You want to push off that barrier and get as far out as you can. The
I
further out, the less water you're in.
Love it.
just don't like Kerr
Kenneth
Goucher
Rooks has
as a
taken the lead in the
commentator.
men's steeplechase, and Hillary Ball,
I'm so
you
sorry.
see in blue there, Hillary had a hiccup, and he's got to make his way from the back. Check it out.
Oh yeah, so they show Hillary
Seriously
Bohr's fall here.
over the water jump, and Hillary
Missed
goes
it.
down hard.
See,
That's so unfortunately, he's lost so much momentum here. We'll see
that
if he
is
can get back
why
on.
you're to put like a foot on the hurdle like that guy just did, or like they all just did, because you can misjudge like just jumping over the hurdle like that. And there's been quite a few, and of course I sound like that guy, but there's been quite a few scientific evidence showing you don't really gain that much by just jumping over the hurdle. It's it's negligible. So the thing about this race is that James Corrigan, so he got third from BYU. He doesn't have the Olympic standard. Or so it goes like either Olympic standards or world athletic rankings. He's not, doesn't have either. Evan Yeager has a world athletics ranking that's high enough that would get him to the Olympics. So if this BYU boy right here, if he doesn't run a fast time, I don't know what the window is. He's out. He's not going to the Olympics, and Jaeger will be going to the Olympics in his place. So that's why like you see Evan fighting for fourth place there because that potentially could be the Olympic trials or the Olympics right there. Boom, good Division 3 guy. Love to see it. BYU, and then Evan finishing. And so once again, Evan finishing like that could be a really good thing for him. So, let's see. Yeah. So I think that that was some good coverage of everything today. Um, man, 7 people in here. Cool. Shout out to all 7 of you guys. Um, I'm just excited. I just get excited about that because I've never done this before. So I am going to go ahead and I think get off of here. What's this playlist look like? Oh, I just want to. We already watched the 5K. Watch that. Anna Hall did phenomenal. We watched Grant Holloway. We'll watch Grant Holloway run. Dude, Grant Holloway is such a beast. He's so good. He like looks like he should be good at running. Like he's just built, tall. I always like watching them like get back into their blocks. Excuse me. Also, you get so you get that gold jersey if you won a world championship last year, which he did. So that's why you notice some people wearing gold and some people not. Now, Lyles, I think he wore his gold singlet in some meets earlier this year, but it's no Lyles. He's gonna wear whatever he wants. Cool whoop wop band. Look at that. Clean hurdle, clean hurdle, clean hurdle. It's so insane. Like he actually looks like he's chopping his steps in order to make sure he can get over the hurdles. Like I wonder, does he have a grant? I wonder what his 100-meter PR is. Oh, 10.21. I wonder. Come on, World Athletics. Oh man, I forgot he shaved his head there for a sec. 3-time world champ, 1-time Olympic gold, silver medalist, a Diamond League final winner, and 2-time world indoor champion. So he's like fine. He's okay. All right. He's only ran a 10.2. That's kind of surprising. 6'5" in the 60. Tough. Let's see. Okay, well, he could definitely run faster than 49 seconds in the 400. Man, he's pretty good long jumper too. Oh, so 8.32, but it's not legal because of the wind. That's what that is. That has to be wind, yeah. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and get off of here. If you like this, please let me know. If you subscribed because you're watching this, thanks. I'll be back on tomorrow about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'll be doing a preview. Hopefully this will look a little bit better. It was a little clunky today, but yeah. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.